hello. Oh wait, no, this is the this song, is System Shock song. Sorry, okay. Give me a second. I'm trying to find my footing where we find where we left off, right? Past time. I got the Dropbox exercises in here. Wait, there we go. That's the setup. We have the pen, we have the guy. What's up, everyone? Hey, Algrun, Hidden Strike, Riser, open Discord just in time. What's up, my guys? Nice seeing you. So, it's a new year, and yeah, I wanna learn how to draw, so let's keep doing that, right? So, last time, Senkai! Senkai? Yeah, Senkai, that's in Japanese. We did the superimposed lines exercises, and this ghosted lines, I think it's called. You can see it all very nice in here. So I've already found the exercise. I just gotta set up the browser window. That's not quite the tab, that's the music, but it's fine. So we're gonna do the ghosted planes exercise. As always, the whole deal with this thing is, this is Drawbox, this is completely free. Supposedly this is one of the best courses you can take to learn how to draw from scratch, from the beginning, from basics. The courses teaches you construction, but of course it starts with how to hold a pen, how to do a proper line, very basic stuff, so right from zero. You can join the Discord, you can follow along, or you can do whatever you want and post it. It's a free class, it's a free country, it's a free world, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so we will continue where we left off and watch along together the Ghosted Planes exercise. Gonna shut up the music for a second. So have you been keeping up on drawing lines? More or less. I have been practicing. I've been cheating. I've been practicing a bit on my own during work, during my free time. I've been researching some head construction for a little bit. Let me show you guys here. Let me change the camera. Wow, what is that? What is that? That is not me. that is definitely not me. This is the Loomis method, so I've been delving a little bit into it here and there, just casually. But these faces, they aren't very handsome. Not quite, not yet. Are you winning that? Yes, son. Every day. Every day is a chance to win it. So I've been keeping up. It's not like I've been completely slacking, right? So, yeah. Let's start watching the video. And by the way, I shaved and I cut myself. Look at that. Here and here. Very dexterous. I gotta practice my lines so I don't cut myself. Okay. Switch back. I'm gonna mute the music for a second. Expand this a little bit. There we go. That should be fine. Okay, pay attention. Let's listen. Nice seeing you, Erratic. How you been doing, by the way? Warm up. Okay. Square. Of course, of course. very simple stuff. Before we draw a box, we gotta learn how to draw a plane, of course. Okay, yeah. As you can see, I already got a little bit of a glimpse on the exercise because it's better to be a little bit prepared for the stream. Oh, didn't see quite that. Cool. Eretic says, I've been trying to get out more these past couple of days, TBH, otherwise nothing of real note. Thanks for asking though. I appreciate it. Of course, always. Hey, staying alive is already a victory. One, two, three, four. Oh shit. Nice. We could probably get that in a modern art museum. No, he got another page. He didn't like speed draw the entire page in his trick. Hmm. Me stroking my beard. It is wrong to apply the same kind of effort to every single line. Okay, we can get the music back. And okay, so this exercise is an extension of the previous one. You'll find that we often build on previous concepts. Of course, first presenting an idea, then getting some experience, and then twisting it to make it just a little bit more challenging and giving you more time, a little more to think about. Yeah. This is part of a warm up. We already saw. I'm gonna take a little bit of a liberty because this guy really likes to repeat himself, and that's fine. Redundancy sometimes is necessary to really drive a point home. I've been looking up a little bit about web design because of my work, of course. And in design, apparently, it's often good to have repetition. That's intense music. Okay, let me get a proper playlist instead of my random stuff that I have in here. And of course, make a sound check. Sorry that I'm still a little bit scattered. Wait, there's no music. I've been jamming on my own like an idiot. No. No, don't tell me there's nothing. You've been 8 people looking at silence while I am like, oh yes, the lines. No, don't tell me that. You're so patient. Incredible. Another Ryan Gosling face. No. Why did you tell me anything? Oh no. Okay. Anyways. Kiss me, feel me, such a lonely night. Sorry, I'm feeling non-verbal, that's okay. I'm also non-verbal sometimes, if you can believe it. Okay. Before I start yapping, because, well, I have a little bit, a few things to yap about. I've been reading manga and a book called Snow Crash, right? And there's this new manga that is very, very cool. Soma Spice recommendation. It's called Delinquent Gacha in English. I'm trying to remember the Japanese name. It's like a funny name. Gachanki, yeah, it's like gacha and Yankee meaning like delinquent in Japanese. It is so cool. It's only 10 chapters in. Going in the Soma pick slot for my wallet right away. Oh, they're going for the kill straight away, huh, buddy? Okay, I need to do a face for the wallet pick slot. Is this a good face? I'm gonna assume it's a good face. That's like a happy... Anyways, this manga has a really unique art style. Let me check it out. Delinquent Gacha. It's very, very different. It's very, very different. And it's really, really fucking funny. It has this vibe similar to, I wanna say, Dandadan. A guy who has read Dandadan, oh man! Who has only read Dandadan, oh man! This really seems like Dandadan. Oh man, can you strike already in the Discord with the exercise? So this one is free to read in Manga Plus in Jump. And I'm gonna have this. Drawings in Steam. Yes. Like, look at this shit. Completely derailed, but it's okay. It's part of the stream to go on tangents and have fun, right? Look at this guy! Look at the drip! Look at the shallows! It's so cool! Hyper Tsundalation Super Turbo number 2, Delinquent Gacha. Ain't that the sickest shit? In any case, the style is pretty cartoony. But man, the humor is top notch. It really takes for a ride. 10 chapters in and I'm already super invested in the characters and their dynamics. It's just like... I don't know how to describe it, I'm yapping, but it really knows how to play with the expectations of like, I guess I'm gonna say a seasoned manga reader. If you've read a couple of manga, of gag manga and action manga, you have an idea of more or less how things are gonna go, how things are gonna pan out, the tropes, so to speak. And this author, I think he's very cognizant of that, and just like starts throwing curveballs, but in a very fun way. Not like, oh, I'm gonna be different just to be different. Not like in a, I'm not like the other girls kind of way. No. This guy is like, okay, you know what this is about. I know what this is about. I'm gonna take you for a spin. So yeah, that's my manga recommendation. Yeah, the guy. Okay, to give you an example, since you mentioned Goku, I haven't talked anything about the plot of the manga. I'm gonna start talking about it. So there is this school that is full of delinquents. If you know Cromarty High School, similar concept. Just a completely anarchic school where delinquents make the rules, right? And so this guy noticed a strange pattern. Every week, a new guy comes in. Like, people leave, someone leaves, and a new guy fills his slot. And he says, man, this is like a gacha game. Our protagonist, this dripped out motherfucker, he's the weakest guy in school. So, well, he concocts a plan and says like, okay, if I pull an SSR, a super rare delinquent, and I can get him to my side, I can overthrow the current kingpin, the top dog of the school, and like become number one. I can like stop getting bullied every single day of my life. And so, what he does is he goes to a shrine, and literally he throws money to the shrine and prays, like pulling for a gacha game, right? Like, the more money you drop, the more the chances you get the super rare character. And he does get this super rare character, right? Which is Goku. We're gonna see him in, I think it's the next chapter. This very protagonist looking guy. Wait, no, this is in the previous chapter actually. Thank God this manga is free, because then I would be like, Shueisha will be hanging me by my underwear from a plane. What chat do clips go into? That's a fair question. Okay, so we have the ghosted plane. It's literally a ghost. He was ghosted. Let's see. I guess Video Shitpost is a good enough channel. Okay, anyways, let me show you the super rare pull our protagonist gets. Here he's praying to get a new character, and this protagonist looking motherfucker, this is Goku. M. Night Shyamalan twist. He apparently is a super cool guy, like a fighter for justice, and wants to help our protagonist. But much like Goku from Dragon Ball, this guy is a fight junkie. So what he does is he beats the strongest guy at school and makes a tournament, a delinquent tournament, where only the strongest survive. And of course, our guy has no chance of surviving. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, because supposedly this is a drawing stream. But yeah. I really like it. I am investing. If manga were like meme coins, I already have my investment like full. I already threw my life savings into this manga. I know this is going to be like the next Dandadan. I know it in my heart of hearts. And if it doesn't, I don't care, because I really like it and I hope it continues to be serialized. Rant end. Went for a bit and I come back and Soma has run an entire manga, truly a Somalian moment of all time. Yes, my power knows no bounds. Give me an hour and I will draw the Mona Lisa. I will channel the soul of Da Vinci. Okay, let's do an exercise for once. By the way, if you guys have any music recommendations or want to change the music, you feel free to tell me. So, okay, this exercise is about applying the ghosting method to something slightly more complex than a single line. there will be a similar jump when you get to the boxes section. And have to worry about applying the technique to three-dimensional forms. That's a bit of a run-on sentence. I frequently see students who are used to putting a certain amount of time in per quote-unquote unit of work. In the line section, 1 unit of work is 1 line. In the ellipses section, 1 unit of work is 1 ellipse. Finally, in the boxes section, I'm sure you see where I'm going with this. 1 unit of work is to them 1 box. But that is not correct. A box consists of several lines, so a box should be equal to as many units of work. This planes exercise has you tackle something that consists of many lines, while also putting the time and focusing for each individual stroke in order to ensure that it is done as well as you can manage. This music is a little bit too intense. I love this guy. Let's see. I'm a little bit ashamed. I don't want you to see my YouTube recommendations. You know. PC98. I think the guy... No, I do not remember who made this, but okay. Calm music. Good. Valhalla OST on loop. Actually, that's pretty good. Gonna add this. Give me a sec. Oh man, we're never gonna draw. Valhalla OST. There we go. I'm gonna leave this song because I like it. And then go back to the Valhalla OST. Okay. It also takes certain aspects of the ghosting method and spreads them out. For example, in my demonstration above, we lay out all 4 points of the plane before even drawing our first line, fleshing out our requirements early. Similar approaches can be used when drawing things like boxes or other more complex forms. Okay, so basics of construction, lay out the planes, like the dimensions of the object, 1 step at a time, and to make the lines representing the object be solid, have the correct proportions and perspective when we get to it, I guess. Okay, we just gotta fill a page. And we can continue yapping. So let's change to our drawing panel. Here's my keyboard, here is my face and my dirty desktop hand. There we go. Oh, Alcron, you've not listened to the Valhalla OST. It's very solid. I gotta say, it's very, very solid. Let's change that. Oh yeah. This is the good stuff. Okay. So... how has been your day? Now that I had a whole yap and a half about the newest manga I've been following. I would like to know how you guys have been. Hopefully you've had a nice and relaxing day. Today I woke up early and I've been grinding courses apparently because I've been taking as I've said numerous times before, I'm finishing a course on geometry nodes. So today I made good progress. And I'm very excited to finish it because I can reuse a lot of the effects that I've been making along with the course to the big nuclear explosion I want to make for the opening of the video. Like there's a whole scene dedicated in the course about exploding a city. And I'm gonna take a lot of material from that. That's like almost the entire point of why I took the course. so that I can have some of the good stuff for myself. But I've been thinking that I've gotten good enough that maybe I shouldn't spend so much of my time practicing and learning. I mean, leveling up is awesome, of course, and like, ooh, that was a good line. Like a necessary part. But I've been feeling that maybe nowadays the most important attribute you wanna have while working on something, that's not quite a great line, might be speed. We've all heard the story about like, oh yeah, self-help book, right? They always say this story that it's like, there was a class who they asked to make like vases? You know, the pot. It was a ceramics class. And they divided the group into two. Group A, they assigned them to make the perfect pot. To make the best pot they can make, right? And to Group B, they graded them on making as many pots as they could. And lo and behold, what's the word? How do you say the word? I know it in Spanish. The moral of the story. Thank you, Google. Boo, hey, what up, He-Man GD? So the moral of the story is like, oh, yeah, the guys who made more pots made better pots than the guys who were slaving away trying to make the perfect pot. And yeah, it makes sense. I think Napoleon once said, quantity is a quality in and of itself, right? But then again, I don't think that tells the entire story. Like, making shit just to make shit, you can fall into a trap of like not doing things consciously, right? And that's never something I've seen mentioned when they tell this story. They're just like, yeah, grind, do more, you gotta do more, bro. And it's like, doing just for the sake of doing doesn't necessarily lead to like a good result, in my opinion. But perfectionism is quite a real thing, as many of you probably have experienced and felt. So it's like a balance between practice and production, I guess. Because practice is nice and good, but it's not something that you put out into the world to be seen, to be consumed, I guess. The only return you have on it is the practice, you know, getting better. Basically, long story short, I think switching to a bit more of a workman mindset and like trusting that I, or anyone for that matter, already has good qualities enough to make something worthwhile. That's also a pretty positive mindset to have. So it's like the best course of action probably is to get better on the go, to study a little bit but not get like lost in the sauce of like trying to, it's like, oh, I don't know how to do this, so I will research how to do that. And then because you can spend your entire life digging into something, improving something. Like, you can never get perfect. You're never done as a person, right? So it's something I've been thinking quite a bit. Time to draw twinks and change lives. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Hinyo has been called, got into a Fallout 76 kick, might be related to the TV show. Todd Howard has been psychically sending you advertisements in your dreams. Like, hey, I'm Todd Howard, I was in the chess club. go play Fallout 76. And you wake up in a cold sweat like, oh shit. Oh, you don't remember your dream, but you have a craving to play Fallout 76. This is a banger. Okay, that's a wobbly line. There we go, just a little bit of focus. Focus, not focus. To do some better lines. There we go. Nice lines, Briotter. Okay, Alex says, purpose is important even if it's not the biggest. Do or do not. I love to learn every day, otherwise, what is life? It is pointless without discovery. Knowing nothing is the only thing I know, really. Ain't that the truth? Yeah. Yeah, I also get a lot of joy from learning. That feeling of like attaining mastery. It's pretty intoxicating, really. Okay, that's just a stain. Don't worry guys, in 10 sessions in about like 40 hours we'll go on to drawing like animals maybe, or plants. We're gonna be drawing mushrooms in this shit by by March, don't worry about it. Yeah, this is supposed to just be like a chill stream where we yap a bit. I see Hinia very committed uploading things to the Discord. We're gonna check it out periodically. And also, these scores did say that you should spend like half your time drawing for fun and like half your time practicing, so as not to get like to robot mode just like grinding and burning out. Let's draw a big one. Let's challenge ourselves a bit. But yeah, what do I wanna do with drawing? What are my goals? Not that you need a goal per se. You can just enjoy the activity. But I'm interested. Oh man. A little bit my hand can quite slide easily. Okay, that's better. With pencil it's probably will be staining the whole paper. There we go, that's a nice line. So I'm interested in a couple of things. One, I think having like a good eye really translates to 3D art, right? Like being able to draw some good anatomy on paper, on 2D. Watching a lot of naked bodies, it gives you an understanding that translates well to all other artistic activities, right? Like sculpting in 3D, for example. And also, and this is like a long way, but I would like to like, I don't know, maybe draw thumbnails, make shit posts. I guess that's the most of what I can justify in an utilitarian sense. I guess I just really wanna do it, you know, want to draw and paint. I crave the self-expression, and that's about it. It's a vague generalization to say I know nothing, but the thing that drives me is understanding more. A scholar, right? No, yeah, I get it. it is quite addicting. I had a conversation with a friend about Disco Elysium. We were talking about the skills. I haven't played the game, but I heard a decent amount about it. Man, it's really bothering when I see my face and I see the cuts I have. Yeah, it's fine. I said rot wings earlier, but I firmly believe that someone would only solely draw absolute giga chat bodybuilders like himself. That's right, only Ronnie Coleman with the pectorals this size. The expression? Oh yeah, the end. The expression the main character is doing is a little bit like something like that. Yeah, we were talking about the skills mostly. Like, it's divided into 4 categories, like physical, hand-eye coordination, like imagination kind of stuff, and like knowledge. So I find it really interesting because the skills are a voice in the game. Like, as you're going about and doing stuff, they're like text bubbles that pop up and they whisper things to you, quite literally. Let's see, let me draw some lines. And like, it makes sense, like, for example, there's this encyclopedia skill, right? And it's like, oh yeah, you know factoids, you're like Northern Lion. You can pull up like, somebody says that like the name of something, it's like, oh, that's the name of the band from 1994 that made the album, whatever, like, just text them. You're a man filled with autistic hyperfixations if you have like a high encyclopedia skill. Somebody mentions like the name of a kind of beer, and you have thoughts going about like the war or something. You know, you can tie like a lot of factoids together. Where it gets kind of strange is like in the physical skills, because like it's your body kind of talking to you, and there's this skill that's like it's called half light, which is like the fight or flight sensation you get. So it's like a child steps on your foot, and then that thought pops up like, kill the child, kill the child, fix this transgression that was done against our body. Shit like that. So, in any case, I found it really interesting because my point is that it's kinda true. The skills... Maybe I have said this already on stream, I don't know. Am I a broken tape recorder? Punch-kun any percent speed from world record. Anyways, I'm gonna finish my point. The skills you make change how you see the world, right? When you learn something, when you become good at something, you've been permanently changed, and you cannot stop seeing the world through the lens of that knowledge or that skill you have developed. And that's a very interesting sentiment. So if you make a tulpa of My Little Pony, there is no going back. Your mind's been twisted forever. So be careful. That's the point I'm trying to make. There we go. I see in the Discord a recommendation from Alk. Oh, a clip. Wait, I gotta see this. What did I say? What did I say that was clip worthy? Let's change the We're going meta, we're going a bit meta. Okay, I'm seeing my face everywhere. There we go. Okay, Alkrun just uploaded a clip to that server. What did I say? Wait. There we go. Like in a I'm not like the other girls kind of way. No. This guy is like, okay, you know what this is about. I know what this is about. I'm gonna take you for a spin. Like in a I'm not like the other girls kind of way. I am not like the other girls, I guess. I am not a girl to begin with. So, just because of that fact, I am not like the other girls. Okay, back to the grind, back to the grind. Thanks for clipping out. Your contribution to the Somalian Empire is much appreciated. One day, when we reach the front page of Reddit, we'll be laughing and drinking the spoils, and the Redditors are gonna be serving us like offerings and worshipping us. They're gonna serve offerings at our feet, like, oh, sir, this sucks. They were supposed to be for my wife's boyfriend, but I offer them to you because you're so funny. And it's like, yes, we're gonna be sitting like this. What am I saying? Started a bit without knowing how it was gonna end. Oh no, that's a wonky line. Improvising is always fun, because it literally feels like tumbling with your words. Maybe because I'm not that good at it. But it's like, you can feel the tension of almost falling flat on your face at any second, and you're like, your brain's going hyper mode, searching for any and all possibilities to make to find the one phrase that makes the joke land. Really activates the neurons. I think that's why I like roguelikes as a game genre so much. Because knowing that you can try again, it's like, whatever. I don't play like top of my game. I don't use my brain. I'm just like going through the motions generally. I fade out, you know. I'm not thinking about what I'm gonna do. But on a roguelike, like playing Caves of Quad, on a save that you have like 20 plus hours, it's been going pretty good. If you die, you start over from zero. It's like a week, maybe more gameplay. That's when the brain wakes up. That's when the brain says like, okay buddy, let's think about this for a second, okay? Let's think about this for a second. Maybe we can commit some war crimes to get out of this situation. Why am I doing like the fucking Trump mannerisms? Maybe we can bomb Venezuela and get out of this. Caves of Quill, everyone. Again. That you never know where you're gonna go. I don't know if you can see it. I missed it by almost a finger's length. Why are my hands so yellow? Oh, these are calluses, right? Look at this. Look at this. That's not natural. Sinewy hands. I could probably like put something here and store it for like later use, later consumption. Put like a jelly bean in here and be like delicious. Soma, are you on or not on some medication? I am not on medication. I am completely sober, if you can believe that. Starch, are we beginning a money laundering operation here in the Congo? You want in? Please email me. Yeah. I told you to not say that on stream. I told you to contact me through private means. People can't know about our paramilitary operations. Wonk is the best. Fractional Reserve Yu-Gi-Oh! Somehow, I can believe that's like a move in Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never really been into card games. What I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is two things. One, getting scammed in like second grade. Like getting out my piggy bank filled with like coins. And a guy going like, this card is really cool. And me being like, yes. And like spending like my meager savings on a bunch of cool looking cards and never playing the game. Or something like that. And the other one was a friend who had this, was it PlayStation 2 or GameCube? It was this seriously impossible Yu-Gi-Oh game that doesn't even play like the normal game. That it was the brain destroyer for like 9-year-olds because the RNG was just atrocious. It was super punishing to the player. And like with a child brain, you never knew what was happening. You just could never win and you hated the game. Big fan of these squares. Scaring the Hus. How the fuck did that guy not kidnap Soma? Because he was just like a more business-oriented child. This wasn't like an adult selling me cards. This was like some shady playground dealings like they usually happen on school. Everybody knows that black markets start. Black market dealers get their first taste of the job on the playground. Fuck making lemonade, it's like the real money is in scamming the more gullible students at the playground. Like going to the younger kids and being like, hey, this Pog, this card, it's shiny, and like upselling it for like a 500% return. That's how politicians and economists get made, in my opinion. Just remember the project in high school. I don't know if nah, I don't think this will dox anyone. Anyways, I had a school project and I was paired with a guy who did absolutely fucking nothing, right? And the final, one of the final parts of the project was like doing an exposition to our parents, to like a public of people. It was like a Shark Tank kind of deal. You had to like made a little prototype of a product and like present it, pitch it, so like you could sell it. The guy did nothing, and so he comes during the day of the presentation and just like asks me like, oh, what's your project about? And I'm like, seriously, dude? And I'm like, fine, I'm not gonna be vengeful. I later become quite vengeful about guys who didn't pull their weight in projects, but I was a bit younger and naiver back then. So the guy, he does this fucking filibuster. He pulls this information out of his ass out of nowhere. Like I almost started believing like he made the project with me. It was that good. And later my dad was like, oh, this guy like really worked really well. He knows his shit. And I was like, Dad, he didn't do anything. He's just like an improv master. I don't know what's going on, but like he talked pretty good. So years later, like I'm an adult now, motherfucker's the mayor of a town. How that happened? Like holy shit. Youngest mayor in like, I don't know. Kind of incredible. My guy maxed his charisma stat, like holy shit. Yeah, major. Won't say what, when, or whatever because you know. Feel free to not believe me. That would be best. But yeah, life is kind of weird. Okay, I think we're almost done. Probably just gonna fill another square in here. But yeah, I have a few anecdotes of some very interesting people I met during my schooling days. A couple of them was a pair of hackers, a pair of child hackers. They played games like Moon Online, Flip, like Korean games, Korean MMOs. They were all the rage back then. Maple Story. They really liked Tibia too. So they made their own servers and like asked for money, but they found a way to like I didn't understand shit back then. But from what they told me, I don't know if it's true, they found a way to like piggyback of someone else's account so they didn't have to pay for like hosting. And then they asked for donations like, oh, help us cover our hosting. And they made like a little bit of buck, like a couple $100. But yeah, those were the kind of guys that with a bit of a different inclination, they would be running casinos in like Habbo Hotel. Which that was a thing that happened, of course. They didn't do it, but I remember vividly, they also played Guns That Duel and they cheated at it. I think it was Guns. It was another Korean game. And of course they often got kicked for being hackers, for cheating. But they had their fun. And I remember just like spending entire afternoons like sitting and looking at the guys doing their thing and being like marveled. And that's kind of how I got addicted to online games. I played Flip for a while too. Maple Story, didn't really get into it. I mean, the grind was big. Soma flexing his aristocratic upbringing on the plebs. Gonna jangle my bell like ching 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 ching. Pierre, please bring me a champagne. I'm streaming and I'm thirsty. I wouldn't call it like aristocratic. I think I was just social. I've always been interested in people. I noticed that what drives me the most is like being able to connect and like getting to know people. I just think people are pretty goddamn interesting. Sounds a bit cheesy, but I guess it's the truth. I was a RuneScape chud. Neurotic calls him a boomer. Yeah, I mean, RuneScape's kind of an eternal game. A lot of people still play RuneScape. But yeah, another friend was really into RuneScape. And well, it was not him, but I think his brother who paid for the membership. But yeah, I didn't play. But I was told the legend of Sesima. I think Sesima was like the #1 player in RuneScape for quite a while. I also talked with another friend a bit about RuneScape, and he told me like this wild tale about what was it? A woman who ran a cartel inside of RuneScape, like controlled the market for. It was a certain item that they used to grind because RuneScape is a grinding game, right? Like she controlled the supply chain of a certain. I'm gonna say rune, I think, for like to get to level 99 of I don't know casting or something like that. Obviously, I'm not a RuneScape player. We love boomers here. You're listening to Soma FM, where we love boomers. Where we play Back in Black! TNT! Boomer Rock, and Boomer Rock. This is your grandpa station. Okay, last square. I love the title of Boomer Rock music because everything always say, are you on the highway? Yeah. I'm on the highway to hell. All of the songs are X of rock or blah 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 rock or just like rock X. It's so stupid, it's so stupid. But I guess they were simpler times. Not like I was alive. Or was it? Oh man, got distracted. Okay, there we go. Another exercise completed, everyone. We got a bunch of squares. Soma is a beacon of virtue and purity. Yeah, right. Acid. Okay, this is number 4. I like Japanese games too much to be a beacon of virtue and purity. I've been grinding a bit more, talking about grinding. Since I'm trying to control a little bit the internet addiction, I've uninstalled Twitter on my phone. I'm trying to not spend all of my free time like doom scrolling. I've been practicing my Japanese on Renshu.org. So this is a highly, and I mean this is not exactly my current level. This is a bit less than I know, I would say. I mean 1440 kanji, yeah, that's probably how much I know. The words I probably know like 4 times more than that. Anyways. Here's a book of entry grammar. The grammar is also not up to snuff quite yet. But these tangents about this site is free. Free as in completely free. Absolutely free. And has very, very good material. If any one of you is interested in learning Japanese. Man addicted to grinding, like learning material. That's me. Like starting from basics, they have a video, they have explanations and like the grammars. I did choose to like start from N4 grammar, even though I'm like N3, N2, just as a refresher. It's very good. It's very good and it's completely free, and it can take you from 0 to like N1 max level. But yeah, I've been grinding. I feel like my abilities. I've been expanding my vocabulary most of all. Like I've been going to like weird kanji that I don't know words related to it, and like trying to expand my vocabulary. And it's been pretty good. So, this tangent is because it's been my heart's desire to learn to read a visual novel in the original Japanese for like 5 years, 6 years maybe. Best I've done is like watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners and Dorohedoro in the original Japanese and understanding like from 60 to 80%. Hell yeah. But yeah, I wanna read, especially one novel has not left my mind. Sayonara wo Oshiete from Kraftwerk. Let's do a vibe out break. I wanna show you a song. Give me a second. Check this out. Check this out. I'm gonna... Okay, there we go. This song has infected my brain for the last 3 years. Whenever I get into like a particular state of mind, like this melancholic, watching the afternoon, like feel kind of state, this always pops into my mind. And this novel is not translated to English. It is translated to Spanish, which means I could technically read it. But I wanna read it in Japanese. Yes or yes. It's one of my life's goals. Hey, what's up, Cam? Nice seeing you, bro. Anki's better? Yeah, I guess Anki's more customizable. Well, Anki's like the gold standard, but you gotta do everything by yourself. And like Renshu is still free, has the same SRS functionality, and like gives you a helping hand with like prepackaged material that like follows pre-planned and progression. So that's why I think it's like a pretty good resource. Besides, it has like mini games and like community, so yeah. So yes, this is one of the unpure games I wanna play. Another is Geminisin from Kraftwerk. Check out this opening. It's so sick. It's so sick. It's insane. This is like pure Denpa straight into my veins. I'm a fucking weeaboo, I know. That 3D is also pretty good. Like you're gonna see, this is crazy. This is super crazy. It's from the same company. Oh, I love those violins. It's like just insane and violent, and I love it. And also this effect with the dolls. Like, oh, that's so good use, such a good use of 3D art. I don't know what the story's about, but I wanna read so bad because the style, the vibes, they are... smartphone jump scare. Fucking blood curling scream, and yeah, a little bit of gore. Ah, it gives me chills. It really gives me chills. This is a kind of shit that and two Fuyoshi scream at each other at the sheer jaw in front of them. So true, so true. That's the kind of shit that doesn't get really translated until like 10 years down the line by a guy, like a crazy guy, by a Fuyoshi pro, yeah. And it's not gonna be a popular work, it's too niche, it's too weird. Like, it would be quite exceptional, I think, that it gets a lot of mainstream attention. Like, maybe it does some rounds on Twitter, but it's just too edgy. And that's why learning Japanese is a worthwhile pursuit, even if it takes like 10 years of your life, I guess. You're opening a door to a land, to stories, this music. The stories that nobody else is gonna read. Okay, Alka linked something. Streaming. Oh, nice. We see bigger skin doing the work. Streaming Chan music on the summer stream. Oh shit! Go streaming Chan. Very fitting, very appropriate. That. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's very good. Hey, it's Atari. What's up, Atari Nobunaga? I'm trying to learn. Do I draw? Sometimes. I'm trying. That's real. That's so good. There's him. Round of applause. That's so good. I like the dramatic shading. So more Spicington courtroom sketch. What crime did I commit? Getting a succulent Chinese meal? Is that a crime? Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn off because possible nudity. Woman jump scare. Yeah, there's a little bit of titty. Okay, let's listen to this song. Doesn't matter if this stream gets copyright struck. Like, this is a chill stream. Who cares? I'm not like so greedy. Oh no, my 40 cents, my 20 cents. No, my 20 cents. What am I gonna do if I don't get paid for shooting the shit with my friends? Okay, I need a piece of paper. Let me get that. If I start getting better at drawing, I can make back my investment by doing like probably like commissions like, hey Soma, can you draw like Snoop Dogg and Barack Obama kissing? And I'm like, yes, $10. $10? And it's all yours, my friend. Good commission, maybe. Oh wait, no, I showed it. I mean, it's not bad. I'm gonna be like, donks? Dog security? It's yours, my friend. You need it, you want it. Only if you have enough dollars. Okay, so that is that. Let me get my bearings a bit. I can't believe somebody so rich with all the YouTube Wonga that 20 cents means nothing to him. Gotten mad with the riches. Sebastian! Get me my champagne! We made 20 cents on stream right now. Get me my caviar! That's how they pronounce it in France. Somebody oil baron? No, that's a callback. Okay, lesson 1. Okay. I think this was a line somewhere. Yeah. It's 2 pages! It's 2 pages! It's not 1 page, it's 2 pages! Oh. Bros, we got cocky! Yeah, this site is very intricate and it's free! I mean, you can pay to have someone like review you, which is very useful, of course. Okay, let's fill another page. We got our work cut out for us, boys and girls. We're in the mines. Okay, let's make them bigger, so we take a little bit less time, hopefully. So I'm making it rain with 50-cent coins. Oh, 50 Argentinian pesos, which are like... Let me check out the currency exchange. To USD. 0.035 United States dollar. Oh, baby. I'm gonna buy so much lint with this. That's horrible. My heart goes out to the economic situation of Argentina. I hope all the penguins are doing well. Okay. More planes, more planes. And silence. The song is over. Let's switch back to Valhalla OST. Libertarianism and its consequences, Argentina edition. Oh yeah, the president. Which South American president was the one who made Bitcoin like legitimate currency in the country? It was Nayib Bukele, I think, and the country was El Salvador. Yeah. But the cryptocurrency bros are very happy about that. And I mean, yeah, cryptocurrency has its uses, you know. If the currency is completely devalued, it's nice to have like an exchangeable, you know, currency that actually can make shit work. You can buy goods and stuff instead of card wheeling stuff. It's more of a commodity, I think. Now we're getting economical with this. We're getting economic theory. I only know that everything has become gambling nowadays with the prediction markets and shit, and that's kind of scary. El Salvador, yeah, thank you. The artist of that song, Aquino Arai, did tons of 90s intros and outros, some really nice stuff in there. Check it out a little bit I'll have to check out the rest of their stuff, sorry. Spaced out further. Actually, I wanted to ask Alk, you said a while ago, are you on or off medication? Why did you ask that? I'm as normal as I can be, if I'm being honest. This is the kind of person that I am, I'm sorry. Imagine not buying crypto just to buy drugs, right? I mean, isn't it technically like everything is on the... I know this. Everything is on the ledger, so... Supposedly everything you do with crypto is visible to everyone who uses crypto. Of course, that doesn't mean it's like transparent, it just means like there's a complete record of any and all transactions ever done in the history of the cryptocurrency. But I think security has gotten better. There is this Monero coin, which is supposedly the privacy coin. Don't know much about it except that it has like this cute anime girl mascot. Which obviously makes it the perfect investment. You seem to be bouncing off the walls a bit. Maybe I'm tired and apologies, it's not a bad thing. Nah, this guy, he has too much energy for like a late night drawing stream. It's gonna be drugs. A lot of dark web markets only use Monero nowadays. Yeah, I'm not really aware of what's the encryption method or whatever they may be using to have like a reliable ledger that it's privatized. But I know that that's the privacy coin and that Monero-chan is cute. If we're talking drugs. No, yeah. I mean, answering Alk's sorta question, it's also like, it's also being a little bit on streamer mode. It's like, this is an asymmetric conversation, so the honest, it's a bit more on me to like keep up the pace. I'm normally, it's not like I'm acting up, but it's like, I know that the conversation kind of lives or dies on what kind of stuff I say if I carry it on. So I'm a bit like, gotta keep it up, right? But also I'm kind of a lot of fun, just yapping. Yeah, that makes sense. So what else? What else? I'm gonna... yeah, there we go. Summer right now. Okay, let me check this out on the on the Discord server. This is on Stream Ping. Lean buying the Gucci store like it's breathing air. It means nothing. It means nothing. Fucking Dracula flow. Buying the Gucci store like it's breathing air. He looks so annoyed. 20 cents get. Oh shit. The flex like this. And the car. Sebastian, get the limo. Nice, it's very nice. I like it. Oh, my phone. Let's check chat. I don't know why. Apparently Japanese people like Sebastian is like a butler name. For some reason they say like, oh, Sebastian, of course, butler. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's because of Black Butler? I don't know shit about it. But I think, was the butler guy called Sebastian? I'm not sure. Well, I'm glad to be here anyway. It's nice right before bedtime. Yeah. Yeah, glad to have you. Always. We still have pending the key project. It's happening. Sebastian does sound posh to me. I'll trust you on that. Oh no, 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 that line is super off-center. Shit. Well, life goes on. Well, I do feel like my accuracy is getting a bit better overall. But yeah, Drawbox is a bit infamous for being like a big grind. But I don't mind it, especially with you guys. Like having a nice chat while drawing. It's nothing to me, man. I've been drawing planes since they built the pyramids. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Put a mark on paper, they called it the Akashic Records. That's my attempt at an original Dracula Flow bar. A topical Dracula Flow bar. They gave me 20 cents and I turned that shit into an empire. This shit is nothing to me, man. How long have we been live? Question mark. We've been going for an hour and a half, so solid time, solid time. Wait, this is the music's a bit loud. I'm gonna lower it. Yeah, the butler in Black Culture is Sebastian. I only know because a chick I used to know was obsessed with it. As far as I know, that series is very popular with the girls and made like C-Dog BA's entire career. Which fair, game is game. I get it. A YouTuber's gotta do what a YouTuber's gotta do. Some dance the Harlem Shake. Some filmed a dead body in Japan. And some dress up like Black Butler. Everybody does what they need to do. And the YouTube economy and the YouTube industry goes round and round. Like if it's comparable. Really, it is surprising now that I mention it. It seems that as long as you keep posting, nobody really cares that much about cancellation. Well, maybe that's not true. I've seen people fall off a cliff and they never recover, right? But I don't know. It seems that as long as... Oh, well, this is wonky. As long as you keep getting people's attention, it's like the world will keep spinning and the money will keep flowing. So then what's the point of cancel culture? What have they been doing on Twitter? They have one job and they're not even doing it properly. Snorting pure North American graphite in the club behind the old Chuck E. Cheese got me growing into a real Renaissance man. That's a nice Dracula bar. Behind a Chuck E. Cheese though. Yeah, I've only seen Strike Witches recently and Call of the Night semi-recently. Oh, I saw the first season of Call of the Night. I really like the mangaka's art style, how he draws characters. He has a certain flair, they're very like expressive, I don't know. Maybe not expressive, well they are expressive, it's like they have a lot of charm. They have this like, it's a mix between cartoonish and kind of elegant. I really do not know how to describe it. This is just a normal ass rectangle. What am I doing? There's like no proportion, no perspective to this at all. It's just like a boring ass rectangle. Yeah, whatever. Still a line practice, so it's all good. Well. That one's a bit wobbly. I'm gonna submit this for critique, so I wonder what's the scathing review gonna be like. Oh, your lines. They're so lifeless. I don't think they're gonna get too uptight with the basic exercises. I don't think so. Like, this is beginner level. It's like playing Guitar Hero and putting like that super beginner level where you don't even have to touch the buttons. You just have to strum at the rhythm. Imagine that I upload the this exercise and they fail me. That's gonna be humiliating. It's like, okay guys, we spent all this time drawing these lines and we're gonna do it again. Okay, okay. Another page. I already feel like a mangaka. I'm withering away. I'm already like, already shaved 40 years of my lifespan. Got carpal tunnel. It's been 8 years going. I can draw a box. I think that's probably gonna be like what's gonna happen. Yeah. But okay, this is page number 5, everyone. Hear it for page number 5. There we go, more planes. Oh my god, now we can move on. But yeah, if we do this semi-often, sorry. We could get somewhere. It would be really nice to get competent at drawing. Okay. So we finished this. Let's head back. Mine's homework. It's been 8 years, instructions unclear. Drew a single kanji. Man, tell me about it. Now, these 3 exercises constitute just one section of this lesson. You should hold on to your homework until you're done. That's ungrammatical. That's ungrammatical. until you've done all 3 sections, lines, ellipses, and boxes, and only submit for feedback once they are all done. You may feel hesitant or uncertain about whether you're not doing things correctly, and that's normal. Okay. But it's best you push past the urge to second guess yourself. Focus on reading instructions carefully. Oh shit. Complete the work and submit once all of it is complete. This will give others a solid body of work on which to base their feedback, giving you a more useful analysis of what you're doing well and what you might not understand. Everything on ink, fine liners, felt tips. Yes, let's move on to ellipses. Ooh, I like this song. Okay, it's time. It's time for more React content. Everybody get your soy faces ready for the thumbnail. We're gonna be reacting to ellipses. Okay, music's gonna have to go away for a bit. I'm gonna be like...
So by this point, we've introduced lines, the overarching principles of mark making, and the all-important ghosting method. And you've gone through the assigned homework exercises
Is that a good
for the
soy
line
face?
section
I
as
am
well.
not sure.
So let's take a look at what we've learned and apply it to something new, ellipses.
That's a good soy face, yeah.
All the shapes you see on this page are ellipses. Some of you may think, oh, I know those.
Yeah, we're
Those are
finally
ovals."
at curves. Yeah.
But the argument that I want to make today is that they are all, in fact, circles.
No shit!
A circle is a shape where any point along its perimeter is the same distance from its center as any other. It's going to be
Okay,
the
so
same
maybe-
height
no.
as its width. So any
They are
rectangle
circular.
we draw enclosing it on all sides would itself be a square. Pretty obviously, most of the shapes on this page don't fit that criteria. But what if we took a circle in 3D space, like this disk, instead of the 2D space of this page? Unlike the drawings on the page, it can be moved around in all 3 dimensions of space, and it can even be rotated on all 3 axes.
Okay.
Everything we learn in this course is about taking things that exist in 3 dimensions and learning how to draw them on a flat surface, such that they still look to the viewer as though they're 3D. In order to do this, we have to learn what happens on the 2-dimensional page when a 3D form is moved around and turned about.
12 minutes.
What we see here is a
Okay.
circle. But if we focus on what we would actually draw to represent this circle from observation as it's rotated in space, you'll notice that it actually gets squeezed in 1 dimension and takes on an elliptical shape as it's rotated.
Yeah, of course.
An ellipse is just a circular shape that has been squeezed down by anything from nothing, so a circle itself is still an ellipse, to being squeezed down into a straight line. We call the width of an ellipse its degree. If you're familiar with geometry, we use degrees
I
to
could
express
actually use
rotation.
Blender to
And this is no different,
get some references.
because the width of an
I guess.
ellipse changes
Some
based on its
proper
rotation
3D
relative to the
reference.
viewer. An ellipse with a degree of 0 is just a line, because we're viewing the circle from the side. An ellipse with a degree of 90 has rotated a full 90 degrees to face us head-on. Note that as the disk is moved around in space without rotating it, the degree of the ellipse gets wider, allowing us to see more of its face, because the angle in question is the one between the viewer's angle of sight
I'm on my
and the
medicine as
orientation of the
normal
circle in
size as
space.
can be.
As the
6
circle
feet
moves
11
around in the
immediately
world,
spits
this
it
angle
out.
changes, even if the circle itself is not rotated. So you
I
can
am
see
not
here,
on my
when
net
you're looking down
meds.
the edge of this circle,
And as
there's
normal
nothing
as
to
I
be seen
can
on either side of it,
possibly
but as you move it to the
be.
side, you can start to see a little bit of its face, so that degree of the ellipse is actually getting wider.
Possibly. Drop my pen.
This is important to consider because if we were to depict a tube running straight across our field of view, we wouldn't be drawing the ellipses
Hey,
with all the
score,
same
what do
degree.
we have?
That degree would
Meds.
change as we sample different cross sections
No.
along the length of the form.
No, not the
So as you can
meds.
see here, in this incorrect example, you've got the
But
same
of
degree
course,
on
we're
every ellipse that we
learning
look at
how
along
to
the length of
draw
the cylinder.
using
And
drawbox.
they're all the same, and that's incorrect.
You got
Instead,
into a little bit of
they
a
would
slower
open up
part
as
where
they
we're
get further to
watching
either
the
side of
material
viewer,
actually, and
because the actual angle
supposedly
between
paying
the viewer
attention
is
instead of yapping
opening up,
while we work.
between the viewer and the circle itself. The last thing I want to
So
introduce you
myself
to
is
is a piece
messing
of the
has the
anatomy
camera.
of
You're
an
never
ellipse.
gonna get me!
It's called the minor axis. The minor axis is the line that cuts across the ellipse's narrowest
I
point.
hate the United Nations. I hate the United Nations.
So if we were to
That's
look
kind of
at
an
the
old meme.
different spans across which you could measure this ellipse, if we were still to pass through the center, then the narrowest point would be maybe about
Of course, eating a croissant, muito que shit.
Pen is dying on me.
Feeling French today.
So the minor axis is the line that cuts across
nice,
that narrowest
very
point,
nice,
cutting it
Mr.
into two
Boy.
equal symmetrical halves. So the idea is that if I were to take this and fold it over, it would line up perfectly, and you just end up
Holy shit, he just
with this.
collapsed the ellipse in half. He made a
Ellipses
taco
also
out of
have a
it.
major axis that runs across the widest point. but ironically,
Unbelievable.
it's the minor axis which is the most useful to us. Just as an ellipse represents a circle in 3D space, the minor axis also bears an important relationship to something in 3 dimensions.
He folded that ellipse like a chair. Is that even
If I were to take a
possible?
toothpick and pass it through the center of my disk, you'll find that the toothpick is sitting about perpendicularly to the face of the disk itself.
I mean,
In physics, this is called
okay,
a
so
line
I
vector. But for
not
those of you
recently,
unfamiliar
but
with that term,
a
you
little
can
while
just think
ago,
of it as the
investigating
line
drawbacks.
in 3D space that is pointing
Apparently,
straight
this
out
guy has
from the circle
aphantasia,
surface, not slanting
so it
one way or
makes
another.
sense. Like,
The
why
minor
is it
axis
so
of our two-dimensional
technical?
ellipse that we
Because
drew on our flat
a
tube
shape
represents
rotator,
the normal vector
a
in
shape
3D
rotator
space, just as
could
the 2D
imagine like,
ellipse
yeah,
represents
this
the
is a
3D
circle, like
so
this,
if I were to put down another ellipse,
and you turn it around, and
Yeah.
it gets thinner
Done?
on that axis. Like, you can imagine
if you were to picture this ellipse
like
as
a
being
pizza or a
in 3D
tortilla
space,
or
being an
something
actual
flat,
circle,
and just
then
like,
this line here would be the
be
one
like, yeah,
coming
of
off
course.
its surface, just
depending
as
on the
this toothpick
angle,
does.
it's how wide it is, on which axis, right?
This may seem kind of arbitrary right now, but it's actually
little-
extremely useful
a little bit
because it
arbitrary.
allows us to align our ellipses relative to something that exists in the 3D world. If we know what direction
But
the
yeah,
normal
the
vector should
author
be
has
pointing,
aphantasia,
then we can
which
draw
is
it on
quite
the page
interesting, meaning
and use
that
it as
he
the
got
actual minor
really
axis
good
of
at
our ellipse.
drawing
So
without
for example,
having like
if
a
I draw
mind
that line
side.
first,
Because he really knows his fundamentals.
then
so
I can draw an ellipse that
That's-
tries to align to this line.
that's quite motivating, I think. Oh, you got tea. What kind of
With
tea?
the minor axis on
Green
the
tea,
page,
black
it
tea?
is just a matter of drawing the ellipse so that it is cut into two equal symmetrical halves down
Angloid
its narrowest
spotted? You
dimension.
mean by the
this
angle?
line. And that's precisely
Or
what I
someone
did
from
with
Tea
Scylla.
and Biscuits is the way to go. Oh yeah, someone from the British Isles.
You can see that I've got this straight line going straight down the middle. I've aligned all of these ellipses to it so that I can know that they're all going to be parallel to one another in the world. Because
I
if you
was
were to have a
talking.
cylinder,
I'm talking over the fucking instructional.
I have another.
I can
poorly cut
contain
up
the
disc.
jab for 5 minutes. I can contain the jab for 5 minutes. I can contain.
If you've got a cylinder, which is basically just two circles connected by a tube, you want to make sure those circles are parallel to one another and not, awkwardly angled, because then they look skewed.
Okay,
wanna
it
make
makes
sure that
sense
they are
for like
parallel.
a cylinder. If you
It's
split
like
up,
this toothpick
imagine
in the
you
minor
have
axis
like
forms the actual spine.
I guess a sausage or
cylinder.
like a can of Pringles, and you like cut it up
And
open.
if the form as a whole rotates, with
If
that
you're
minor
looking
axis
like
and
at the
that,
center, it's gonna be a
normal
straight
vector,
line. But
then
if you're
both
looking like
ellipses
at
will
the
turn
left,
accordingly.
it's gonna be a little bit like this, and if you're looking at the right,
Now,
it's gonna be
I fully
like this.
expect that
Am I
what I just
making
explained is
sense?
going to cause more than a few headaches, because this is the first point in the course.
What I'm trying to
where
say
you're breaking
is,
down the
I
barrier between
understand.
two-dimensional
I
space
understand.
and
Don't worry,
three-dimensional space.
everybody.
I don't
I
expect you to
got
understand
this.
this immediately, but by laying down the theory behind
I'm a
these
shape
concepts,
rotator,
you're starting
everyone.
to plant
I got
seeds
this
in
under
your brain.
control.
The next step, once you've read through the written content for this section, is to water those
He
seeds by
has
working through the
alopecia.
assigned homework
Maybe he
exercises.
could be bald for all we know.
Speaking of which, when you do those exercises and draw your own ellipses, there's two
It is
things I
vital
want you
that
to
the
remember to
cylinder
do.
remains unharmed.
First
Oh yeah, that Reddit
is to
post.
simply draw
That's a classic.
Your ellipses from your shoulder. You can't see my whole shoulder right now, but I've got a whole video about it, how you can
The
use your
cylinder
whole
and the
arm to
larger
draw.
structure.
But I want you to make sure that you're not drawing them from your wrist, because these ellipses
Hey,
require
Ricer's
the
back.
kind of
Yeah,
smooth,
we're drawing
fluid,
cylinders now.
even
We
shapes
leveled
that
up.
we can get from using our whole arm, not the kind of stiff precision that we can get from using our wrist. So if you were to draw it using your wrist, you'd have a very limited range of motion, and your ellipse would probably come out pretty uneven. If you draw it with your shoulder, you can draw bigger ellipses, smaller ellipses, it doesn't matter. It'll come out more smoothly. Even
You
the
heard
small
it right,
ones
guys.
can be
Use
drawn
your
from your shoulder.
use your shoulder, and the
The other
cylinder
point
will come out
is
smoothly.
that I want you to use the ghosting method for these ellipses, and frankly, for every mark
a little
where
bit
you're
ashamed
better
of
off
that
using
joke,
your
actually.
whole arm, use the ghosting
That was
method
kind
here.
of unnecessary.
It'll help you to get into the habit of thinking before you draw and weighing how each and every mark contributes to a
Rice.
given drawing, so you don't have to put marks down wastefully.
We've been having
Of course,
such a nice
it'll also help you
conversation.
increase your overall control while allowing you to execute your marks confidently. To that point, remember that executing your marks confidently doesn't mean as
Hi,
fast as you can.
Mr. Riser.
It just means
Riser
that you're
is a
drawing
man.
with the
MX
sense that
Riser.
you're always pushing yourself
He's a man and
forward.
he's a game
Not
developer.
hesitating
Go
or trying
check
to
out
steer things with your
Xenomatrix
eyes.
on Steam out right
As you can see
now.
here, I'm applying the ghosting method, but my
I shield for my
execution
friends.
isn't going nearly as fast as I could go.
This is-
I'm just keeping an even pace. I'm always moving forwards. And there you go. It's still pretty smooth. It gets a tiny bit hesitant, so you will have to weigh, am I slowing down so much that I can't be confident at this pace? You will have points where you will inevitably start to wobble. And so as soon as you catch that, speed up a little bit more, but keep focusing on the fact that it's not just about speed, it's about being confident. So I can ostensibly draw a line that just continually moves forwards without very much wobbling, even though it's at a slow pace. Of course, had I sped that up a little bit, because that was a little below my threshold, it would have been smoother. So that about wraps it up for ellipses.
Okay.
Again, make sure that you read through the text as well.
Mm-hmm.
It goes over the same concepts I've explained here, but going through them in different forms and formats will help you wrap your head around them more easily. And of course, going back over videos, going back over the notes and whatever, even if you've watched and read them already.
I
is
shield you
always
to
a
my
good thing.
friends during the Signali
help
stream.
keep
Someone
the
Oleg
information
was
fresh in your mind,
schizophrenic calling you
especially as
base
you
over
go
the
through
Swedish
exercises,
fish
which may take
debate.
several days.
Oh man, that
depending on how much
was
time you have.
good. That was a good bit. Actually, I got my man core on the job. The Signali stream is gonna be the next highlight. So he sent me a message during the after he saw the whole Swedish fish diatribe. He was like, yeah, that was very funny. So I'm proud of that one. I can hear you steaming so much. He's editing the stream right now. The Somalian Empire never sleeps 24/7. On all parts of the world, we got somebody steaming right now. We got steamers all over the world. Cool. So, as you can see, we have unlocked the power of cylinders. Swedish fish Sustroming? No. Oh man, I cannot pull off what I said during that time. Okay, I guess it's gonna be a tangent. We're gonna react. Was it the first stream? The let's take ibuprofen together. Okay, let's I have the pic. I can yeah, you can send it to the Discord. Why do I look so different? Okay. I think it was the first stream. Was it during the beginning? There we go! There we go! Oh. Okay. Let's... I really do not remember... What is that face? That's a funny face. Oh man, I really do look schizophrenic. Okay. Downloads, okay, browse. Downloads. Midget porn. Open. There we go. This is the explanation, okay? This on screen. Me watching a Signalis Let's Play. Spy subscribe require reading. Yes. Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger. And now that I'm ranting, I'm gonna make myself a little bit bigger too. Okay, so here on the left. Okay. It's a nice representation. Yes. Of simulacrum and simulacrum, okay? Okay. Take Stage notes, 1. Everybody. Initially, the sign, an image representation, is a reflection of H reality. A fish is a fish. A picture of a fish is a fish. It's fishy. It smells like fish. It swims. Okay. Stage 2. The sign masks a basic reality. You caught the fish. You cooked the fish. You still call it fish. But it's not alive and swimming. You know, you eat it. It's food. It doesn't quite look like fish. But it's fish. It's been transformed, but it's fish. Stage 3. Fish nuggies. They may not be fish. They might be chicken or mystery meat or something. The sign marks
Mystery
the absence of basic reality. The image calls into question what the reality is, or even if it exists. It looks fishy, but it might not be a fish. The fishiness is starting to get lost. But there's an
It looks
abstraction,
fishy,
there's
that's a
a
good
symbol, there's a context, right? Stage 4, the sign bears no relation to any reality whatsoever. It is its own pure simulacrum. Oreo Swedish fish. What the fish? Why is it sweet? Like, it's its own thing. There's no fish in there. It has kind of the shape of a fish. No, in fact, it doesn't, because it's the filling of the Oreo. There is no fish anymore. So I explained this to my friend regarding cat pictures, and I said, the cat meme meta has risen in stage, okay?
This was about the cat meme meta, bro. I thought, I swear to God, like in my memory, I actually talked about signalis, like, oh, probably I'm making a point about simulation and simulacra, like, because the characters, you know, we do not know if they are themselves or the memories of themselves. No, it was about fucking cat memes. Okay, I gotta listen to what I said.
Picture of a cat no longer is just a picture of a cat. It's a commentary on internet humor in a way. It's self-referential.
On my back wall? No.
Right? And then he said like, bro, can you imagine, like, what the fuck, Swedish fish Oreo? Those things even exist? How do they taste? Can you imagine tasting some of that? And I was like, bro, yeah, dude. Like, imagine going with a guy like a huge beefy Mongol from the steppes who drinks milk straight from the udder of a cow. Like, oh, me Genghis Khan.
What
and you
the
give
fuck
him
am I
like
going on
the
about?
Oreo Swedish fish. Like, hey, Mr. Khan, how are you? Hi. Do you want to
Mr.
have like
Khan.
a Swedish fish Oreo? And he like eats it. He's gonna shit his loincloth in like 3 seconds flat. Like, just immediate rejection by the way. Like,
That's enough. That's enough. I'm not gonna spoil the highlight. It's gonna be a good highlight, I know it. It's gonna be a good highlight. There are some pretty Kino moments. Well, that was a trip. Huh, so that's how it feels to watch me, huh? Well, what an interesting guy. Now you see why Alk said as like, hey, are you in drugs? Are you sober? You look like a younger MatPat. Nah, I mean, I can see why. But I'm not fruity enough. I do not have that, like, what's it called? Theater kid zest to me. Oh my god. Cognito Hazard, finally, rounds. Big naturals on the Soma Spice Discord. You heard it here first, folks. Behold! The culmination of my studies. Hey man, gotta keep the energy up. My eyes, I can understand, man. I'm tired. Nah, I'm still quite capable. I just got kinda lost. Okay, ellipses. We gotta lock in. This is why we love you so much. Aw, thank you, I appreciate it. Truly, warms my heart. I do try my best. If you have a good time, I have a good time, and the good times go round and round. Lock in. Okay, narration mode. For our purposes here in this course, we're going to be using ellipses in 2D space, drawn on the page, to represent circles that exist in 3D space. Wow! Depending on where you look at it as being 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional, this animated diagram depicts one of two things. In 2D space, it is a series of ellipses from the widest to the narrowest. In 3D space, it is a circle being rotated from facing towards the viewer to facing away. Okay, so like completely perpendicular and then
As you turn, it gets thinner. And that's how you represent it in 2D. Got it. Check. Degree. How our circle in 3D space is rotated relative to the viewer will determine just how wide our ellipse is going to be drawn. The width, always measured across the narrowest span that passes through the center of the ellipse, is referred to as the degree, because it is tied to the angle of rotation in degrees of the circle itself relative to the viewer. When the circle in 3D space is facing the viewer, it is going to be at its widest, 90 degrees. We already went through this. We know this, we know this. It is the same as drawing a circle on the page. As the 3D circle turns away from the viewer, the ellipse representing it will get narrower until finally it reaches a degree of 0 when the ellipse is facing away. Ads. What am I, pens? What am I, a ruler? The Secrets of Shading by Steven Zapata? No, thank you. Degree shift. So again, the guy, he's viewing the circle, and the circle moves in the x-axis, I guess. As the ellipse moves to the side, the angle increases, widening the degree of the ellipse even though it has to rotate it. Oh, okay, yeah. That makes perfect sense. That's how the physical world behaves, of course. If I look at my hand like this, I can only see like the top of my thumb. But if I move it to the right, I can see my palm. It do make sense. Keep in mind that since this is based on the angle between the direction the circle is facing and the direction the viewer is facing, the degree will actually change just by moving the circle around in space without necessarily having to rotate it. This diagram demonstrates how the further to the right the circle moves relative to the viewer, the more its face becomes visible, resulting in a wider ellipse representing it on the page, even without the circle rotating in space. Throughout these curves, we will refer to this concept as the degree shift. Basically, the idea that the degree of our ellipse will shift wider or narrower depending on how it moves in space. Okay. Let's go. Second bottle of water. Man's dying. I cannot handle the power of the ellipses. Okay, the minor axis. Let's go. We call the line that passes across the ellipse's narrow span and through its center its minor axis. This minor axis line will cut the ellipse into two equal symmetrical halves, so if it were to cut out of the page and fold it in half across the line, it will match up perfectly. Chugging kills sip like a child. Am I gonna die if I chug? Gotta stay hydrated so much. Yes, thank you. Enjoy your Friday, Erratic. Enjoy your Friday. Friday, Chinatown. Lost the tone a little bit. Okay. This minor axis line will cut the ellipse into two equal symmetrical halves, so that if it were to be cut out of the page and folded in half across the line, it would match up perfectly. Okay. There's a major axis as well which runs perpendicular to it across the widest span, but it is the minor axis that is actually the useful component. Yeah, because the minor axis is the indicator of the width. In other words, the angle of the viewer. Got it. Makes sense? Makes sense. And then here comes the normal vector. Yes. Everybody remember physics? When I was taking physics class, electromagnetism to be accurate, they had us do this hand signal, which looks kind of a middle finger, but it was to to pretty much get the normal vector to see where the electromagnetic force is coming out of a... Was it a condenser? I don't remember classes. They all melted from my brain. But anyways, I was doing my homework drawing gang signs, and one time one girl just like did a little gasp, like probably she thought I was giving her the middle finger. But no, I just was doing my homework like this. Yeah, school's for idiots. Of course not. Of course not. But it gets you. Physics was one of the more interesting classes, definitely. One of the more practical classes. I'm gonna take a gap break as we read the theory so we don't get too saturated. That class, specifically electromagnetism, was very fun because I almost killed my professor once. So, in one of the projects, he made us do an electromagnetic catapult. And the team who shot the object farthest was gonna be the winner. So, of course, what I did was buy like a huge ass battery. I bought like, not a car battery, but was like a gigantic battery. I just was like, hey, I went to my team, hey boys, anybody want some juice? And just like, boom, the batteries are pretty fucking heavy, by the way. An electromagnetic catapult, yeah. So, I bought this giant battery, which was like, of course, it gave us more juice. I don't remember if it was amperage. I don't remember my formulas at all. What I do remember is that for some reason we had a false contact. The power wasn't running correctly. And so my teacher came over like, oh, how can I help you? And he figured it out. Like, okay, current's not going because of this. But the guy, I mean, everybody involved should have been paying a bit more of attention. Because the catapult was armed and ready. So the guy was like, his face was like this. I'm gonna use my mouse, okay? Yeah, I'm trying to look at myself to see if you guys can see. I guess this is a good enough story for me to extend this. Man, I really had a really sloppy shape. So imagine this is like the catapult, my arm, and this is like the object. He was like this, and so it connects, and the shit fires. He has enough of a reaction time. He was fast to pull over, and the load fired, and basically that was my mouse. It crashed into the ceiling. Then we rearmed it and like shot it again, but the guy was like, have you seen the video of like the guy with a gun like doing the instruction, right? And he's like, oh yeah, you handle the gun like this, and bam, it misfires and hit his face. And he's just like standing like really nervously like, yep, this is how you fire it. That was my teacher. I swore he probably saw like his life flash before his eyes. And yeah, we won. So, moral of the story, buy a car battery, kill your teacher. Average Somalian physique. Humble flexing angle. To be fair, the backwards peace sign is equivalent to flipping someone off here in the UK. Which I find kinda sad, like doing the backwards peace sign. Someone writing it down the gym. Yeah. Yeah, it was a very fun class. The teacher was like great. A really solid teacher. Like, that kind of teacher that really is dedicated to making you learn. Like, no normal teacher is gonna make the students make a fucking electromagnetic catapult. But, hey, you remember that. I would have learned so much if the class wasn't at 7 AM. I actually took all my free physics classes. No, 2 physics classes that I had in college. I took it with him because that professor was fucking fantastic. But in one of them, both classes were at 7 AM. And I did not have a regular sleep schedule. So of course, I arrived and was like, passed out on my desk like... And I have another funny story regarding that class. I was like passed out. And it was electromagnetism, I think. And we were doing some calculations that were supposed to give you farads. Farads, I think it's the unit, if I remember correctly. Farads. Unit. A farad is a unit of electrical capacitance, representing
representing a component's ability to store an electric charge. Yes, exactly. So I was kinda asleep but trying to keep up with the class, and it's like, okay, who's got the answer? And I was like, oh yeah, it's like 500 Farquads. Fucking Farquads, like the goddamn king, the guy from Shrek. Humiliating. Humiliating, I swear. I really said 500 Farquads. Cheers to that. Anyways, drawing, everyone. It's a fun activity. Back to your Farquads and quads. Back to our regularly scheduled drawing practice. Okay, just as the 2D ellipse represents a 3D circle, the minor axis is extremely useful to us because of how that minor axis line coincides with that and aligns with the normal vector. That 3D line that shoots straight off the surface of the 3D circle, completely perpendicular to the surface. This means that we've got two ways of establishing the orientation of our circle in 3D space as we draw it in our 2D page. The degree width of the ellipse is controlling the circle's rotation. The minor axis of the ellipse controlling the orientation of the circle's normal vector, basically the direction that the circle is facing. If we need our circle to be oriented in a specific way in a more complicated scene, we will actually be able to start out with a normal vector line. And then use it as a minor axis for our ellipse, drawing the ellipse around it so that the line splits into two equal, symmetrical halves down the narrowest span. You guys understand it? Because I got kinda lost. But I can imagine circles in my brain. I'm spinning the ellipse and I'm imagining the normal vector. I can see it. I understand. I'll pretend I understand, and eventually I might understand. That's my trick. Okay, I gotta go to the bathroom, so give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Don't worry, everyone. Change the direction of my hair. Just because. Okay, finally, before we start with the exercises, but of course, we're gonna have to see another video. There we go. There we go. I don't know if this chat is really necessary. Maybe it's not the time to worry about stream layout design. There we go. This is doable, this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. Anyways, cylinders. Taking it further, the minor axis normal vector is also extremely useful when we get into cylindrical forms. Here it serves as the spine to our form. The ends of the cylinders share the same normal vector in 3D and minor axis in 2D. But more than just the ends, if you sample any cross-sectional slice along this length of the cylinder, it'll also align to the same minor axis / normal vector. Fortunately for you, we don't need to worry about this right now. They won't come into play until lesson 2. Okay. It's just useful to see how valuable the minor axis of an ellipse can be, especially as we try to figure out all the ways in which we can represent different properties of a circle in 3D space. Okay, I see, I understand. Yeah. Okay, and it makes sense. I mean, I guess we're later gonna see like 1 point, 2 point, 3 point perspective. So it's gonna be a bit more complicated. But we'll see it when we see it. 101 IQ Sama arc. Farquads and quads. The Somalian Empire will now legally recognize Farads as Farquads. There was never a Farad, only Farquads. Glory to Soma. I guess so. We're having an American situation in here, like feet and meters, yards, miles. The Somalian Empire only cares about changing Farads to Farquads. We have to get how much electromagnetic capacity Lord Farquaad has and set it as our standard unit, I guess. We gotta shock the little guy. We're gonna sap him for science. I like that it's a 101 IQ some arc, which is like... we're going through a whole arc just to be like... that smallest unit of measurement average, above average intelligence. Just like a single point above average. After years of effort. That's funny. The imaginary horse police will stop you, unfortunately. You can explode the imaginary horse police with your mind. They can try, but they won't succeed. What was the name of that movie where people exploded other people with their minds? What was it? There's a very famous gif about it. Okay. Movie people explode heads with mind. Scanners, yes, Scanners. Oh shit, this is from David Cronenberg. Interesting. Yeah, no, it's very gory, but some of the enemies in Shin Megami Tensei from the Messiah cult are based. One specifically is based from this movie, which I found pretty interesting. Anyways, that's a fun fact. 80s practical effects. It's Kino. It's Kino. Scanners, yeah, Kino Strike. 101 IQ is average. I know, but it's like, isn't 100 IQ like the absolute middle of the normal? Yeah, the normal curve. Like 100 is like your average, the definition of average. 101 is like just a teeny tiny bit higher than average, just a smidgen. I think it's based on standard deviations, right? Like 120 is one standard deviation, 140 is two standard deviations, 160 is three standard deviations, and so vice versa. The movie is not that great. The scene where the guy turns the demonstration into his own personal puppet show to escape is the best part. I prefer Videodrome. Noted.
Nah, 90 to 109 is the average of average. I'll take it. I see. I see. I am not a psychiatrist, psychologist, so I do not know the ins and outs of the IQ system or IQ tests. We work so hard to achieve 101. Hey, we'll take what we can get. Okay, everybody, let's get ready. We're gonna be getting into more tutorials. Searching for a ruler. There we go. Ruler acquired. Robert is live. Took us like half an hour to get to this point. Just reading like a page and a half of tutorials and watching 2 videos. But hey, the fun is in the journey, right? It's not about being like the fastest guy to learn to complete the course. My goal is to be the funnest guy. Or something like that. It's to have the most fun while completing the course. That's the goal. That's the goal. Complete the course and have a lot of fun. So yeah, basically I'm waiting for to start a tangent about this guy, this Japanese VTuber. I'm not really paying attention to to the video. I'm just like thinking about like, yeah, I want to show you guys a fun fact about this guy, which I find very enviable, very funny. But I'm trying to pay attention. Yes, yes. So my oh shit. Thank you, thank you. I guess I muted the audio while going to the bathroom, and instead of muting the mic, I muted the desktop audio. That's silly.
As you get comfortable with this exercise, there's another variation you can try. Here I'm drawing a simple wavy line through the middle of one of the rectangular
let me
spaces.
also move.
It breaks the space into uneven sections.
There we go.
Just like
So you
before,
can see-
try to
oh
draw
my
ellipses
God.
within these spaces. We still have boundaries to work with, but they're no longer straight and clean. In this variant, you don't necessarily have to draw the same kind of ellipse each time, just focus on keeping them snug and tight against one another.
Okay, I guess while he does that, I can start.
You can also do
sketching
this with a straight diagonal line instead of a wavy one.
the contours of the. It's gonna be the exercise. So yeah.
As a whole, the focus of this exercise is to give yourself lots of different kinds of spaces in which to practice drawing your ellipses confidently and accurately. Once you're finished with the last rectangular space, you can find the little remaining gaps and holes and fill them in with a few more ellipses before calling the page done.
We're getting this go. Indeed.
Here's what it should look like when you're done. In the next video, we're going to take a look at some of the things that you should definitely keep in mind while doing this exercise.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Even. No, wait! Yeah, I remember the tangent. Okay. Roveru channel. Winning sun. No, wait. Winning. You can. Wait, yes. I'm speaking nonsense. You can do it. So this guy, this Japanese VTuber, when you create a YouTube channel, that's a still frame. Okay. So, it got replaced because of the new system. But shit. So you get an ID generated when you create your YouTube channel, right? And this guy, this lucky ass motherfucker, he got the best goddamn URL you could ever get in your life. Check it out. You can do it. And then this like alphanumeric characters. But let me extend this image. Let me enhance. Why is it in Facebook? No. No, I don't wanna. That's I don't wanna. No. There we go. Okay, that's not quite. You can do it. The quality is very poor, I know. But man, I'm so jealous. Like, that's fate itself cheering you on. That's such a cool idea. Fuck. But anyways, I can't say that I watch this guy because I really don't. But I subscribe to him because of that. It's like, he can do it. I'll show my support. So yeah, that's the story. Okay. The first exercise is relatively straightforward and involves drawing a lot of ellipses. There are not, however, I did not expect to be opening my ages old Facebook account while trying to open a VTuber image. Anyways. These are not, however, simply free ellipses with no real goals. Instead, it is pinned on the idea of setting out criteria and targets for the ellipses we intend to draw before drawing them. Therefore, when you draw your ellipse, it's either correct or it isn't. Start off by taking a piece of paper and dividing it into a table with 2 columns and a bunch of rows. Each of these sections will contain a different variation of the exercise. Here you can experiment with a few different approaches, but here's a few you can try first. Okay, let me count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows and 2 columns. Never give up. Indeed. Okay, I'm just gonna eyeball it. 1, 2, 3. This size is probably fair. It don't have to be exact, right? It'll add some variation to the exercise. Gotta confuse the paper to make those games. Those drawing games. Never let the paper know your next move. Well, these are 5, not 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, but I think the width is fair enough. So I'm gonna take it. I could subdivide one of these.
but I think it's gonna be way too thin. Okay. For this one, you draw a circle starting from the far left of the box, then draw another beside it, and keep repeating until you fill the whole box. Try to make your circles touch top and bottom of the box, as well as the line to the left of it. Next, same idea but with ellipses. Within the same section, you should aim to draw ellipses of the same degree. You can also play with the angle of the ellipse, and this should also be consistent with the same section. And finally, this one's a little different. Draw a wave through the section, dividing it into irregular pockets of space. Then fill these spaces with circles or ellipses, trying to keep them touching the bounds of the section as well as the curve. Everything should fit in there snugly, and nothing should be floating around. I was getting a little bit tired. Okay, so the purpose of this exercise, it is meant to get you used to drawing ellipses in a variety of sizes, orientations, and degrees. It also sets out a clear space each ellipse is meant to occupy, giving us a means to assess whether or not an ellipse was successful, or if there were visual mistakes where it went outside of the allotted space, or ended up falling short. Practice against set criteria with a way to judge success/failure is an important element of learning. There is nothing wrong with failure. It is an opportunity to learn. Having a clearly defined task allows us to analyze those failures and make the most out of them. Yes, gambate. Another video. Sweet. Okay. Let me check out the Are we already in the homework and exercises? Okay, I understand. Okay, so 2 pages of tables of ellipses. I think my voice is getting tired, so we're gonna do 1 table and then call it a night. We've been live for what? 2 hours, almost and a half. So it's a good time. I think my live stream stamina lies at around max 3 hours as of now. After that, the brain and the voice starts getting the energy getting a little bit lower. Why is YouTube spamming with welcome to the live chat? It's kind of weird. Okay, let's check out the video. You can listen.
There are 2 main things that I want you to keep in mind. First of all, confidence. Comes back to the basic principles of mark making. I want you to make sure that you are prioritizing the confidence of your execution first and foremost over anything else. That means using the ghosting method, drawing from your shoulder, and making sure that you are always using your arm to get the best flow possible.
I'm sorry, you cannot see it.
One thing I want you to do that will help you achieve that is to always draw through your ellipse. That means drawing around the elliptical shape 2 full times before lifting your pen. Just like that. This will both give your arm more opportunities to go through that elliptical motion to get better training in terms of the muscle memory development, and it will also help you execute better ellipses on the spot, because where the first pass of the ellipse will kind of inform you in a more tactile manner of the specific, the textural quality of the paper.
I want to check out the
pen is gliding,
Q&A.
And the second pass will correct any little mistakes that you may have made along the way. But
I want to check out the Zenmon Q&A.
For me, I couldn't do more than 10 minutes, like I said. It was driving me crazy. And slowly, day after day, I was able to put in a little bit more. So it depends on your schedule too, Some people just don't have the time. And in that case, but everyone has 5 minutes. And everyone has these kind of like times in between. And of course, we want to sit with a nice cushion and have the whole incense burning and stuff. And that's nice too. But if you don't have access to it, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. Like I said earlier, if you're sitting in the car at the red light, you can tune in. If you're waiting in an elevator, you can tune in, or on a bus ride. All these places, look for.
But while this does itself make it easier to execute those ellipses less hesitantly, to be more confident, you still have to be conscious about executing those marks with confidence, using the ghosting method, drawing from your shoulder, and so on. Otherwise, you can still end up drawing hesitantly, even as you go around multiple times, and you'll end up with a wobbly, uneven shape. So always go confidently 2 times around.
I'm not
the
gonna
ellipse.
say anything.
And this is something I want you to do for every single ellipse you draw in this course. I'm not concerned with how you draw outside of the course, but from here to the end of lesson 7, every ellipse you freehand will be drawn in this manner. Next, let's look at accuracy, because once you've got that confidence under control and you are executing every mark smoothly and focusing on flow, then without losing that
I'll
confidence,
get that
you start thinking
context.
about accuracy. And in this exercise, we have certain
I have to rest.
limitations to
Godspeed,
where we
artist.
want to place
Thank
our
you.
ellipses. We always
Thank you,
focus
Alfred.
on what is the goal, what is my intent. We're not just drawing a bunch of.
I am not
ellipses,
American
hoping
enough
for
to
the best.
understand.
We have to
Why?
first start with the preparation phase of the ghosting method,
But I
which
can
means
respect
knowing
it.
where we want our mark to go. Here we've got a top edge and a bottom edge, and we want to make sure that the ellipse fits in that space. You may not pull this off perfectly, you probably will mess it up plenty of times, but the first step is to know exactly what it is that you're trying to achieve. So we use our ghosting method. We know that we want to fit between these spaces. And then we execute. So here there's a little bit of a gap. I didn't do it perfectly. But what's important is that I know I missed the mark because I was intending to do something differently from what came out. Had I just been drawing random ellipses, there's no way of knowing what I was actually intending to achieve. But because we have initially identified specifically where I want my ellipse to fall, we can see I made a mistake here. I underestimated how far that ellipse had to go, and I was able to learn from that process. Now, as you continue drawing your ellipses, I'm going to want to keep each ellipse so that they're touching, not overlapping, not some random distance from one another, but touching gently.
Yeah, I'm getting. We're not gonna watch.
So again,
finish
I
watching
repeated
this
the same
video.
mistake. I got them pretty close.
And I'm
There's a
gonna
little
go
bit of a gap
rest.
here. Let's see, maybe
we can keep
rotating
grinding
the page will make it
later.
a little bit easier
My
for me to
throat's
engage my
tired.
whole arm
And I'm
and
a bit,
execute that
I'm a
mark
bit
more as I intend
eepy
to.
right now. The eeps have got into me. I'm sorry to say.
Here, I'm touching it better
The
here.
eeps
but
are
I
knocking
ended
at
up with
my
a gap
door,
up here,
and I
the
have to
overlap
answer.
in this section. But again, these give me concrete things that I can identify and improve upon. So this is what I want you to focus on.
But yeah,
Confidence first.
let's just finish this
Always
video.
make sure that you're executing from
And
the arm
I'm
using the ghosting
gonna
method,
say my thank
drawing through
yous.
those ellipses 2 full times, no more than that and no less. So you don't want to end up with a big hairy ellipse where you don't even know what you were aiming for. You want it to be twice. And as you practice, your execution of those ellipses will get tighter and it will be more intentional. But for now, just keep that in mind. Always be aware of what you're aiming to achieve and work towards it. This exercise is going to be present in your warm-ups for quite a while to come, so don't get caught up in everything being perfect. The point is not to grind. The point is to make sure that students, in the completion of these exercises, understand what they should be aiming for. That's all.
Basically, don't fuck up. Got it. Sweet. Okay. Stream over. Didn't I have like a little camera? Hello? For some reason, there we go. Oh, that's so weird. The OBS doesn't want me to show my face. It's tired of me. I guess it'll do. This will do. Okay, this was super fun as always. Thanks Erratic, Alk, Core, Vigorous Him, Hinestrike, you've been grinding with me. I appreciate it so much. Moo, they came to say. Starch also. Thank you, Starch. Atari, they came in by and said hi. Appreciate it. Dayan Pertarobria, I think he's one of the guys in Discord. Maybe Dark Faust, I don't know. Riser, of course. Everyone, as always, thank you for coming on to hang with me. It's always super fun. It is my honor and my pleasure to be your entertainer for the night. I hope you had fun. So well, the Ippies, they're coming for me. It's time to sleep. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your tea and your croissants, Mr. Core. We're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna get somewhere. Even if it's somewhere stupid, we're gonna get there. Anyways, I'll be seeing you in the Discord. I'll keep making videos and streams. See ya later, guys. Have a good night.